Hello, amazing people. Welcome to another powerful section of my videos. In today's video, I'll be talking about head and shoulder pattern. Okay, we're talking about chart pattern, and we're talking about things that you need to look out for before you trade a chart pattern, specifically head and shoulder pattern. Okay, so first and first, as a trader, what I do is when I come to my charts, I look at the chart from the higher time frame all the way to the lower time frame. So I'm going to take you one step at a time from the higher time frame to the lower time frame so that we understand how I am expecting this market to rally all the way up from this region. So let's go to the weekly time frame so that we see what is happening. As you can see, I've already done the analysis already, but I just want to take you step by step on how I've been able to do this analysis so that you will also be able to do it on your own. So without much said, let's go to the weekly time frame. Actually, we can go to the monthly and see what has happened since today is the 2nd of March as I'm recording this video. So let's go to the monthly. The month February has ended. Let's look at what has happened. Okay, let's look at what has happened on the monthly just to see how the candle has closed. Okay, so as you can see, we have a bearish candle formed on the monthly. But as you can see, monthly holy, as you can see, is hot, bearish. But we are not considering monthly. I told you I mostly do my analysis from the weekly. But as you can see, monthly, the last month candle that form is what? A bullish candle. So let's go to the weekly and see what we have on the weekly time frame. Okay. So when it comes to the weekly time frame, what do you have here? When it comes to the weekly time frame, I remember I told you how I normally plot my high and low to determine the direction of the market. If you haven't watched that video, please go back to the previous video, the video before this one. Okay, click on the name of the channel, then you go to videos. The video before this one, the current one you are watching, explain how I plus my highs and low to determine the direction of the market. Okay, so I'll just take my line through from here. Let's take it somewhere from this angle. So from here we realize that this low bar broken all the way to this side. Okay, so as we are here, we were between this range, market is bearish. All of a sudden you see that market has broken this one to the downside. What was the low that caused it? We trace it all the way here. It's this one, so we move this one down here. Okay, so what can we see over here? Market has broken to the upside. Okay, then what was the low that caused it? It was still the same low. Then all of a sudden it got broken to the downside. Okay, to downside here. What was the low that caused that break? It is somewhere here. Okay, so you'll be doing all this, you'll be doing the repeating the same thing until you go to this point to determine whether it is bearish or not. So as you go broken to the downside, it's bearish. We go broken, the candle close below this one, so it's bearish again. We come all the way down here. Okay, so as we are here, market broke to the upside, causing this market to be bullish. We have the high here. What was the low that caused it? The low was still the same. So we were here, and all of a sudden the candle has closed above it. So we are still bullish. Okay, we are still bullish, and the low is now this one. Okay, so as we were here, market got broken to the upside, which was caused by which low? This low right here. So we move this one to this low. So as you can see from here to here, we are bullish. That is why the weekly we have a bullish formation over there. So what we are expecting over here is that market has retested this. As you can see, a weekly has formed a double bottom right here. A neckline has formed, and market has retested this neckline and moving to the upside. Okay, as this neckline serving as short and major support level. So we know that our weekly is bullish. Let's head straight to the daily and see what is happening on the daily as well. Let's go to the daily. Sorry, the daily, to see what is happening on the daily. Okay, so as you can see, the process we've repeated in the weekly, we are going to use the same process to determine the direction of what the daily time frame. Okay, so don't worry, just stick with me. We'll do it fast. Remember, you have to grab this concept once and for all so that you know how to determine the direction of the market. So let's take it somewhere from here. Okay, from here, then we have this one all the way down here. Okay, so market broke this structure to the downside caused by this low, forming the lower low here. So you were here, all of a sudden this low got broken. This candle closed below. So we move this one, creating a new low. What was the high that caused it? The high that caused it was this one. So we move it all the way here. So we were here, all of a sudden a candle closed below this one. Okay, which is this one, caused by what? This low. Okay, all of a sudden we close below again, so we have it here. Then what was the low that caused it? The low that caused it is here. I intentionally move the whole thing backward so that you see how I've been able to do it, step all the way to where the market is currently. Okay, so that you be able to do the same. So as we were here, market broke to the upside, creating a new high, which is caused by this low. All of a sudden we broke to the upside. Okay, here, what was the low that caused it is this one. Remember, as market creates a higher high, it creates a higher lows as well. So as we were here, market breaks to the upside as well. Market breaks to the upside as well, and also the low that caused it. The low that caused it was this one. So we move our line to this section. So as you can see, market break this low to the downside. Okay, so right here market is bearish. Also the low, the high that caused is still the same place, and all of a sudden this one also got broken to the downside. So you keep repeating the same process until you go to where market is currently. Okay, so as you can see, got broken to the high, and what was the low that caused it? The low that caused it was this one. Okay, so this one also got broken to the outside right here. The low that caused it is this one. I intentionally move this backward so that you see, I have a lot of people commenting why didn't I use the wicks to plot the high and the low. And I told you that the body of the candle is what is communicating a lot to me. So my focus is on the body. Okay, the wick, I sometimes consider the wicks when I'm taking my entries, but the major focus is the body. If a body closes above the line, then I'll consider that as a break of structure. As you can see, this body closed above, creating a new high and then a new low over here. So the same thing has happened. We broke to the upside, caused by which low? Caused by this low. Okay, then we were here, all of a sudden it got broken to the upside. You can see this candle really close above it, so we have a new high here, a new low here. Then we got broken to the downside. Okay, you're almost there, don't worry. You need to practice this thing more often so that you become used to it. Okay, we become used to it. So we got broken to the downside as well. Then what was the high that caused it? The high that caused it was this one. We got broken to the upside. Okay, the low that caused it was still the same. Okay, they got broken to the upside. Then the low that caused it was this. So as at this point we got broken to the downside. So market is bearish over here. Then we're here, all of a sudden it got broken all the way to the down here. So we move our line to all the way to the down here. Okay, so we were here, all of a sudden what was the high that caused it? The high now becomes this one here. Okay, and people also at times ask, how do you trace the high or the low that caused the break of stress? You just have to move the candle all the way. You see where a turning happened, that is where you have to consider as what the cause of the break of the structure. So as we were here, this structure got broken to the downside, creating a new lower low. What was the cause of that break? The cause happened here, not here. The cause happened over here. So we move this one all the way to this body. Okay, then meaning over here we are bearish. So all of a sudden market broke to the upside, creating this high caused by this low. So currently daily is bullish. Okay, at this point daily is bullish. So over here we were waiting. So as daily is bullish, all you could be expecting is a buy position, a pullback for you to buy, a pullback for you to buy. So when here all of a sudden the market broke to the higher, creating a higher high. What was the low that caused it? The low that caused it, of course, we can trace it all the way to down here. Then we realize that this one was the cause of the break of structure. So as you can see, currently we've had a pullback to a major support level in the daily time frame. So if you can see clearly, okay, we have a beautiful chart pattern here, which is inverted head and shoulder pattern. Okay, inverted head and shoulder pattern. So what you want to do is that when you see this thing happen, mostly you have to look for these two, inverted head and shoulder two, which is this one. If you don't know how to get it, just go straight to your tools. Okay, when you get to tools, you see it among these two. So in head and shoulder two. So you just tie it so that it will be included in your chart. So I'm just going to take these two, okay, plot from the high to this low. Remember, I'm using the bodies, okay, the body. So click on the body, then this, then the head as formed, then the right shoulder as formed, then we have it here, then we broke all the way to the upside. So what I want you to note over here is that you see that market was pushing all the way to the downside. Okay, this is another confluence I want you to get. But before I say this, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, because this video is giving you a lot. I know you are really enjoying this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so that next time I upload the next video, you'll be notified. Remember, don't forget to leave a comment if you have questions to ask. So let's get back to the chart. So as you can see, as I have plotted my head and shoulder pattern, you can see that this dotted line has turned to upward side. Okay, it has turned to upward side, meaning market has changed direction on the daily time frame to the upward trend. Okay, so this has given us a major confluence that this is a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, most of the time people do a head and shoulder pattern. At times, most of the charts you see them like this. Okay, they'll have equal this thing, equal. Okay, so you see that the lines are almost equal. This line, the dotted line, you see that they are almost equal. So people will be expecting pullback over here. The one that mostly works like almost 99% is the one that the line has shifted a little bit like this. Okay, if it has shifted a little bit like this, then you know that market is heading to the downside. Then you wait for what? A pullback to the neckline for a short position. The same thing has happened, the inverse one has happened here. So I'm expecting a pullback which has happened to my area of interest. If you have seen this, you see that this has been a resistant level, resistant, tend to support, resistant, tend to support. Okay, as you can see, support, resistance, support. So markets are respected this zone a lot. So as markets has approached to this level, it is very, very possible that market will head all the way to the upside. Okay, remember we are still on the daily time frame. Okay, we've spotted this on the daily time frame. It doesn't necessarily mean that the time frame that you can spot head and shoulder pattern on any time frame, but the higher the time frame, the higher the odds, the probability that market will go in your direction. Okay, the higher the probability that it will work. So this has happened. We know that this line has given us a confluence, and this zone over here have been tested severally. So what do we expect? We should expect the daily. So we have weekly bullish, daily bullish. So let's see if the 4-hour is also telling us bullish. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour and see what is happening on the 4-hour so that we go for what? A buy position. So as you can see here, I am on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, here I am on the 4-hour time frame. Let me show you something. As you can see, the head and shoulder pattern that we've dropped. You see that mostly when the head and shoulder pattern form, the shoulders are always almost equal. They are not always equal. Almost always equal. Listen to my tone. Almost always equal. So as you can see, this is what has happened. This is the left shoulder, right shoulder, and it has been tested severally. Some people mostly catch it from the right shoulder. Okay, as you can see, what I teach you guys on the how to spot the change of direction of market, you can see that markets rally all the way from the top here. Okay, let me take this tool and show you rally from all the way here. Okay, we are creating a lower low. All of a sudden we stop over here, then we come. Okay, sorry, let me take the line 2 again. So we started from this side, we came all the way down here, we went up, came down, up, down, up, down, up, down, then up, down, up. So as you can see, market has changed direction. So you could be looking for what? A buy position based on what? An engulfing candle. Then we have up, down. Then we broke this structure. So as you can see here, okay, as you can see here, this is a beautiful entry confirmation as well as here. But market has changed direction all the way from where the neckline has formed. You broke this structure to the upside, then we broke this one. We had a retracement for a buy position. Okay, but we are not talking about that today. Remember, as I'm doing this video, I'm using it. This is Saturday. This trade will probably play next week. So that is my expectation for next week. Okay, I'm expecting this market to work out next week for me. So let me get rid of this so that we look at the 4 hour, whether the 4 hour is bearish or bullish. Okay, so now let's take the 4 hour and see what is happening on the 4 hour. So let's take it from somewhere here. Okay, so all of this structure got broken to the upside. We have this low. Okay, I'm taking it from this angle. I don't want us to go back all the way. You know how it is done. By now you know how it is done. So we bring this structure to the upside. All of a sudden we bring this one to the downside. Okay, so we have this to be bearish. Now it was the low that was the low is still the same place. Okay, so all of a sudden we broke to the upside. We broke to the upside, creating this high. What was the low that caused it? The low is still the same as this one, this low. So we got broken to the upside, creating new high, as you can see here. Okay, what was the low that caused it? The low that caused it was this one. Okay, was this one. So all of a sudden we broke to the upside again by this candle. So we have a bullish market here. What was the low that caused it? The low was this one. So from here, market started dropping. We have a break to the down. What was the high that caused it? This one. Then we have it here. What was the high that caused it? The high that caused it was what? This one. Okay. Now all of a sudden, you could see the market almost closed above. It didn't really close above. So we broke to the downside, which is bearish market again. So market broke, creating a new distance. Now what was the low that the high that caused it? It was this one. Then from here you can see that market broke this line. Let me get rid of this line so that you know what I'm talking about. So as you can see, this was the high that caused the break of this structure, creating this lower low. Okay, then all of a sudden this lower low also got broken to the downside. What was the high that caused it? The high that caused it was this one. This high is the one that caused the break of the structure. So what I'm expecting here is that you see that 4 hour is bearish. As you can see, the 4 hour is bearish, but the weekly and daily are bullish. So the higher time frames are bullish, but the 4 hour is not bearish. So what I want right now is that I want a 4 hour candle. Okay, 4 hour candle. As this candle is going right here, I want this candle to close above. If this candle closes above, I will look for an entry right here for a buy all the way to the top. Okay, so if a candle closes above this high, meaning that the 4 hour has changed the direction to be bullish. If the 4 hour has changed the direction to be bullish, then what do you think will happen? Okay, meaning that the 4 hour will change to bullish. Then all markets will be what? In the same direction. The daily, the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour will be bullish. Then we have retested what? Market is retesting neckline of daily, head and shoulder. then wait for 4 hours to change bullish, then buy as an engulfing candle. So when this one closes bullish, meaning the daily candle will also close bullish or engulf the previous one. So as a candle closes, breaking this structure, okay, this structure, then I'll be looking for a buy position. So that is it, my people. This is very, very important. You have to be very careful when trading this market. But my expectation is a candle should close above this. When a candle fully closes, you see, this is why you need to wait. So some people do not wait. They see this huge move, then they start buying, buying, buying. Market pull all the way down. But there's one major thing that I'm expecting, that markets could probably come and sweep the stop losses that are already here to this level. Okay, this level right here. So as of now, I'm not in this trade. I told you the condition I want to see before I enter the trade. So as you can see, market is forming something like a head and shoulder on the 4 hour. Okay, as you can see, something like this is forming like head and shoulder. So if this one closes above, if it closes above, then you can take your head and shoulder to and see that it has formed something nicely on the 4 hour to as well. So if it closes somewhere here, okay, then you see that maybe there will be a little pullback to the zone, then you buy. But you have to be cautious on how you trade. Markets can do anything at any time. But that is my expectation on NZD card. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button right now. Yes, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. Thank you very much for being part of my community. See you in my next video. Bye bye.